Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a Q&A. I'm out here on the beach in Miami Beach. I like to kind of change up the scenery from time to time. I know that my last video was also on the beach, but I don't want to bore you guys with the same background every time, just like a white boring background. And I get bored as well, so sometimes I like to switch it up and go out to the beach or on Ocean Drive or Key Biscayne, wherever I go. And today's video is not really, it's a little fragrance related, but it's more personal. It's a Q&A that I did on Instagram. I'm gonna be answering your guys' questions that you have about me, my life, some fragrance questions as well. But I thought that, since it's been maybe 8 months, 7-8 months since I started my fragrance journey, that I should do a Q&A. Tell you guys a little more about me, connect a little more to the person that you're seeing. So I asked you guys to send in your questions. I have them here on my phone and I'm going to answer them. I'm not going to be able to answer every single one, and there were a lot of repeats. I just screenshot all the questions and I'm just going to go in the order, and I'm going to try to go fast because my phone is almost dead. It's been a wild day. Let's do it, shall we? Okay, so the first question, favorite movie. Honestly, I am not a huge movie person. I'm really not. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do watch a little Netflix, but I don't really watch a lot of movies. Like, people will say, oh, did you see this movie? I'm like, no, I didn't, because I didn't really watch a ton of movies growing up. Like, I never even had a TV in my room. I just had other things that I'd want to do other than watching TV. So, but if I had to say, and you guys might roast me for this, but my favorite movie series is actually 50 Shades of Grey. I know you're like, what the fuck? What is wrong with eauderica? It's not necessarily because of the sexuality of the show. It's more of the character development. I love Dakota Johnson and her role in that movie. I love how she grows into herself throughout the series and just becomes this really beautiful feminine woman. I really look up to her in that character. So what age did you get your first perfume? So I actually never got a perfume. If we're being totally technical, the first time anyone ever gave me a perfume was Jeremy Fragrance. He gave me Date in Office for Men. Basically, when I met him in 2019, I never in my life owned or wore a perfume before that. What is your favorite food? So I have crazy thing about me where I like everything. There's really not one food that I like more than any other food. Like, I just love all food equally. It's really sad. Like, I wish I was a little more picky. I'm literally the least pickiest person on the planet. I mean, I prefer and try to eat healthy, but I do like everything. Like, everything. The only thing that I refuse to eat is raw fish because I had a boyfriend in the past that actually almost died from eating raw tuna, and it just kind of stuck with me, and I had to take care of him. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks and it was not pretty. Yeah, I choose not to eat it, and I'm not a huge fan of that gummy texture. So, but anything else on the planet, fair game. The next question, it says, is a fragrance related one, is the Finery Cherry really a dupe for Tom Ford's Cherry? So I actually just went out and bought these. If you guys haven't heard about it online, the Finery fragrance line is a new line at Target. It's going crazy online. It's like a replica house. I don't really like replica houses. I don't really want to support them, but I did decide to pick them up and try them to let you guys know what I think about them. So I did pick up the cherry one that they have, and I'm going to be making a video on it very soon. If you were not in social media, what would you be doing? So it's a really tough question because I've tried to make social media my job for the last 5 years of my life. It's basically what I've done full time. Between my Erica 35mm YouTube channel during the pandemic, I really hustled that channel, and doing reality TV shows and just trying to be an influencer for so long. I honestly I have no idea. My dad always jokes, he has this joke that he says I need to be in enterprise risk management because it's my initials, ERM. So maybe I would do that, I don't know. Okay, how tall am I? I'm 5'8.5", and the half really matters because I wish I was taller. I would really love to be 5'9.5". For me, that's just I like being really tall. I like towering over people. I like it when I'm walking into a room and I'm the tallest girl there. I really enjoy that. So 5'8.5". Your tips to start a YouTube channel. Really, the only tip that I have is to just start. In the beginning, it's very overwhelming. You feel like you have to do all these different things or have all this equipment or to have this certain amount of knowledge. But the fact is that it doesn't matter anyway, because with YouTube, everyone thinks that it can be this short-term success. It's just a huge following overnight, but in reality, anyone that really does YouTube knows this, is that it takes years and years to grow a following. So one, you have to be very dedicated to it. It really has to be your dream. Just start. Do not care about the video quality, the sound quality, nothing. Just start putting out content and improve along the way, because the first videos that you put out are not going to get like any views anyway. So it's just a matter of getting into the algorithm, getting comfortable on camera, and getting started that way. Really finding your journey and your road and what kind of content you like to make. So just start. Do you speak Spanish? Es muy hermosa. So no. No hablo mucho español. I have been learning German a lot, actually. So I actually have been really focusing on speaking German, listening to German. But I do have a pretty good understanding of Spanish. I can listen. I'm absolutely horrible at speaking it, but I can kind of listen to a lot of conversations and understand what they're saying. But it's definitely something that I need to work on, because I think it's a little more important than German, but German to me is just a little more, like, it's my family heritage, so that and Italian. So I just wanted to learn German because I have a living grandmother that speaks fluent German. That's basically why I wanted to learn it. Okay, did I scissor with Michelle? No. If you guys didn't know, I was in Dubai and I did a video with Demi. I had the amazing pleasure of meeting Demi and Curly Fragrance Michelle. And Michelle took me to the Dubai Mall and showed me all of her favorite Arabian fragrance brands. We spent a few hours just having a blast laughing. She is so fun in person, and I'm so happy that I met her. She had just had a surgery on her nose and she was just moving to Dubai, so she wasn't settled to film any content or anything like that. And that wasn't my expectation with either of them. I just wanted to meet them and to, you know, make friends with them. Amazing person, so fun, and I'm excited to see her in Milan. My favorite date night fragrance, for me personally on a date, I really love Possibilities by La Perla. It is a fragrance that has just captured my heart. I literally have been wearing it and bringing it with me everywhere I go. I've already put a little dent in my 1 ounce bottle that I just got like a couple of weeks ago. When did you get into perfumery, and what was the first one you fell in love with? So I first got into the world of perfumes in 2019. You guys already know the story, when I met Jeremy Fragrance and filmed some videos with him, but I really got into it on my own about 8 months ago, like I said in the beginning of the video. And I just found such a love and passion for it. And the first one that I really fell madly in love with, the first fragrance that really changed my life, like what really made me dive into the love of fragrance, was probably, I think the first fragrance that I ever bought in my fragrance journey that really felt like me was Princess by Kilian. I just thought it was so cool, so different. And then also Golden Dala, which is one that I got on my birthday, by Xerjoff. I absolutely adore that fragrance, and that was probably the first fragrance that I ever bought that was kind of like really niche. Most sexy perfume for summer. All right, Gladifier, Naxos. Stop wearing Naxos in Naxos. I always get crap about how I pronounce things, I'm sorry. Stop wearing Naxos in the winter. Start wearing it in the summer, okay? Next, am I working for Xerjoff? It kind of seems that way, but no, I'm not. I have absolutely zero affiliation with them at all. I've never talked to like the brand or anything. I've never received anything from them. I've bought them all with my own money. All of my opinions are 100% my own. I just love that brand so much. I love what they stand for. I love that for them, it's more than just perfume. It's about the connections that you make in life. And you see that through the collaborations that they do all the time. Do I believe in God? Okay, this is a deep question. So I would not consider myself traditionally religious at all. I grew up a Lutheran Christian, but I kind of found my own path when I was around 18. I read a lot of books, Sam Harris books, The End of Faith. Like, I read a whole bunch of books, and I just kind of decided that the traditional route is not for me. I 100% believe in a higher power, that there is a God, you know, whatever that may be. We are all spiritual beings, and that love is the core of everything. So that's kind of my belief center. What do you do for you? I always get kind of flustered or confused, not confused, but like I don't know how to answer these kind of questions, because it's like when people ask me, what do you do for a living? And I say, oh, I do YouTube videos. And I say, well, what do you do for fun? Well, really, for me, it's like everything that I do is fun for me. And so I guess just everything in my life. I love making YouTube videos. I love rollerblading. I do that all the time. Biking, just being outside, coming to the ocean. It's just, I'm so blessed to live somewhere like here. I just find so much joy in these little moments out in nature. Getting a coffee for myself. I've tried to find pleasure in like little things. It's not necessarily because I don't consider myself a materialistic person at all. I know that it's kind of like this like running theme that I'm like a gold digger or this or that, but like I'm really not that materialistic at all. I like perfumes, but I don't really spend a bunch of money on other things. Yeah, I just try to find happiness in little moments. Who's my celebrity crush? Celebrity crush? I don't know. I'd say John Mayer. But it's not really like a crush, like I'm a fangirl. I think with all of his music, I really relate to his lyrics, and I think that he is a very underrated, basically a genius of our generation, a musician of our generation that does not get the admiration or appreciation that he deserves. But I wouldn't say that I'm like oh, John Mayer, you know, I don't feel like I'm fangirling. I really respect him as an artist, and I really relate with his music. So I don't know, I'm not, like I said, I don't really watch a lot of movies. I don't really follow that many celebrities or anything on social media. I don't know what all the celebrity tea is. What do you believe is the purpose of your life? God, these are like so deep. I think about that a lot actually, and it's very hard for me to come up with a definitive answer. I know that I love to help people. I know that I love, even though I'm insanely shy and introverted in real life, I really love connecting with people. And when I do connect with someone, like the friends in my life, they are in my life forever. And it's just kind of finding the right path. But I think that it's very hard to even know for anyone what their life purpose is, because every day you're evolving and growing and experiencing new things, and anything can change your mindset. I like talking to people. I like giving advice. I'm thinking of kind of rebranding my other YouTube channel that was a vlogging channel into more like life advice, dating advice. When I was posting a lot on Eauderica 35mm, I got a lot of people asking me to do like life coaching and things. I don't know, but I've had a really crazy life. You guys, like my story times on my other channel are 100% real. I don't know why, just really crazy stuff happens to me. So I don't know, I'm still figuring out the exact purpose of my life. Things that you will never allow again from men or in a relationship. So this is actually hitting pretty close to home because I've had some new answers added to this recently. I will never accept contentment from a man again. I will also, because you know that can go both ways in a relationship. Like it takes two to tango, right? Like if you get into that phase where you're really comfortable and you kind of become like roommates or something like that, it's on both ends of the relationship, but I will never allow that to happen to me in a relationship again. I will never allow someone to take me for granted in the things that I do and what I bring to the table, because I know that I have so much love and I know that I'm a genuinely good person. Like I have good intentions. I will never accept just someone taking advantage of me again, ever. Like using me for what I look like or for what I can do for them. Like it's just, I'm very lucky that I've gone through the crazy experiences that I have, that I can now see the red flags. It's a long story. I'm sure it'll be on my other channel, the whole story of what I'm going through currently, but I don't want to get too much into it right now. All right, what's scent in bed and sexy time your man should wear? Thanks. Okay, a fragrance that makes me crazy. You know what I really like to smell on a man is Black Orchid by Tom Ford. For some reason, I love that, and I also really love Fucking Fabulous by Tom Ford. I really like that one on a man, but Tony Iommi on a man, oh my gosh, that is like sex in a bottle. Rock and roll sex too, like the fun kind of sex. Do you like hockey? Go Bruins. So I do actually really like hockey. My dad is a hockey player. He's played hockey his whole life. Well, not his whole life, but my whole life he's played hockey. And I actually took figure skating lessons for years and years. I'm very good at ice skating. My whole life growing up was roller skating and ice skating. So my dad still plays hockey to this day. Yeah, I love going to games, and it's one of the few sports that I actually enjoy to watch, but he's a Junior Blues fan. Is panty dropper fragrances a real thing? Oh, I changed my answer. Okay. What's your favorite perfume to smell on a man? Okay, so what is this best sexy, like, panty dropper fragrance? So I'll combine the last question, not the last question, but the question before about what is the sexiest fragrance to smell on a man in bed with this question, is panty dropper fragrances a real thing? So yes, I do think that panty dropper fragrances are a real thing. Of course, there has to be chemistry, and you have to like be attracted to each other and want to, you know, sleep with them obviously initially, but to put a fragrance on top of that you just love, oh my God, it's just so erotic and alluring, and just so, it just draws you in. I love it. And my answer for that, for the best, like a fragrance that if I smell, I'm just like, oh my God, Via Cavour 1 by Xerjoff. I know, I'm sorry, it's all Xerjoff, but it's just that fragrance on a man is freaking unreal. Trust me, you have to try Via Cavour 1. Hello. How you doing? Hidden hobby / passion you wish you had more time to do if time wasn't a thing. So the one thing that I wish that I could spend more time doing is I used to ride horses a lot. I grew up riding horses, and I used to buy and sell off the track race horses when I was 18, 19, 20, when I lived in Ocala, Florida, and it's just, I haven't had the time or money because it's very expensive in South Florida to ride horses, but that's something that all the time I wish I could go back and restart because it's just such a huge part of my life and who I am as a person. I'm a huge animal person. I love volunteer. I volunteer at adoption shelters here in Miami. I've always felt very connected with animals, more so than humans. I'm sure a lot of other introverts can relate to that. Yeah, so if I had all the time in the world and money, I would be riding horses. Have I ever been to Ireland? No, I've not been to Ireland. I would love to go. I think it's such a beautiful country. I'd love to see like the castles, drink some beer. Why don't you reply to messages? Okay, I get so many messages. It's very hard. I try to keep up, but honestly, in the last few weeks, I've been going through some really big changes in my life and transitions, and I've just really have not been feeling like communicating with anyone. I've been very closed off, and I know that's not good, and I am going to try to respond to more comments and messages and things like that because I want to be humble and connect with you guys. Like, I don't want you guys to think that I'm like up here and you guys, like, no, we are all the same. I respect the hell out of all of my followers and viewers, and I want to connect with as many of you as I can. That's why I love doing videos like this as well, where you can send in questions and I can answer them, you know, just relate with you guys more. Just gonna do my best to start responding to more messages and comments. Okay, there's a guy coming over. Why is it that every time I film a video, someone tries to come over? What?
Are you doing a show?
Yes.
Are you like famous?
No.
Are you a blogger?
What?
Are you a famous social media blogger?
I'm trying.
Yeah, I am. I'm a musician. I have a pretty good audience.
Nice.
What song are we going to sing today that your listeners like to hear?
Do you know any John Mayer?
Of course. I was born in the arms of imaginary friends. Free to roam, made a home out of everywhere I've been. You came crashing on in like the realest thing. Trying my best to, you look like Taylor Swift, you know, like a brunette. Half of my heart's got a grip on the situation. Half of my heart's got you. Half of my heart's got a right song to tell you I can't keep loving you. I'm playing these songs fast because she's going to keep me out of where I can't help falling in love. Pretty woman walking down the beach.
Every song.
You're inspiring all these songs. Thanks for having me on your show. Yeah.
Yeah, you add some spark. All right, I'm back. So that was actually very funny. We were talking, he just kept singing and singing, and really nice guy, but I showed him my Instagram, and he saw Marrying Millions, and he said, oh, I've done a lot of projects with Rick and David. And he's like, oh, I remember you from Marrying Millions. You were Rick's girl. Wow, you just turned into this, he said you turned into this goddess, like you look amazing, and how independent you are now. So really funny how small the world is. But yeah, that's Randy Singer. I just want to finish up this video. We have a few questions left. How do you make a living, and are you single? I was in a very lucky position. Well, this just all kind of goes back into that question of what will I ever accept from a man again? And one thing I will not do is lose my independence in the way of making money financially, because yes, I am single now. I didn't work in my last relationship because he wanted me at home to like cook and take care of everything with him and to be with him. And so I didn't have to make a lot of money. I had to make a little money, which I could do online, but I didn't have to like pay half of the rent or anything like that. It was a lucky situation. It was a really lucky situation in the timing of me starting the YouTube channel. Honestly, like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys all the time. Like, I am an open book. I have nothing to hide. And so I was very blessed to have the freedom to not have the stress of having to pay a bunch of bills to really hustle this YouTube channel and just start it and put my all into it. That's why I've been able to put so much content out, is because I was not stressed financially. I still had to make some money. I paid for some things on my own, but like, I was pretty much taken care of. But now that like that relationship is over, I have nothing. And I mean, I have the YouTube channel obviously, but at this point it's not like an income at all for me. Like I don't really make any money off of this. I just love to do it, and I have so much faith in it that in the future I will be able to grow it and make money. So that's why I'm still continuing to put my all into this. So that's something I'll never do again, is give up my independence. Okay, where have you traveled and have you been to Australia? I haven't been to Australia, but I've been very lucky to go to a lot of different places. I've been to Germany, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Peru, I've been to Colombia, I've been to Italy, and I've been to Dubai. I've been very lucky to travel a lot in my life. I've been to a lot of the states in the US. I'm very blessed to have been able to travel as much as I have, and I think it's a huge part of life. It's something that I really love, is traveling, but I definitely want to try Australia. How old am I? I'm 26 years old. So that's the last question. I have screenshot my phone. This is gonna be a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's such an amazing, beautiful night here. I can't get over it. I love the sunsets in the winter. Cotton candy skies is beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to be involved in the next Q&A, make sure to follow me on Instagram so you can send in your questions when I post about them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that we could connect a little bit more through this video. And I appreciate and love you all so much, more than you know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.